and welcome to Inner Circle Guidance. Today we're going to be doing a collective reading, but for those of you who are new to the circle, hello and welcome. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. I post new videos every single day. And if you're looking for daily short tarot readings, check out my Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, or YouTube shorts. If you're looking for personal services or personal readings, I offer them through my website, innercircleguidance.com. Let's find out what the circle needs to know today. Just saw the 10 of Pentacles, so I'm going to take it out. Oh. Okay. So I had originally seen the 10 of Pentacles, and then we had the 9 of Wands that fell out. We have the 1111 card, which is the 4 of Wands that fell out. Then we have the 2 of Swords. We have the 7 of Pentacles. We have the Ace of Swords. We have the Tower. We have the King of Pentacles. We have the 5 of Wands in the bottom of the deck. Interesting. Okay, so this is very interesting because I'm getting two very distinct messages. With the 2 of Swords, the 2 of Swords is kind of getting stuck. It's stagnation, it's being indecisive, it's putting the blindfold on or being confused. So with the 2 of Wands, oftentimes these are thoughts that are going through our head that are keeping us stuck and kind of keeping us in this like hyper fixated mode because of emotions that are underlying causes of these thoughts. And what I'm seeing here is that you've been planting the seeds, you've been putting in the work and really trying to align things so that you're not only on the right path, but you are welcoming in this abundance and all the different aspects of it, of the happiness and fulfillment in the different areas of whatever your 10 of Pentacles looks like. But what's funny is the thing that's holding you up. I know a lot of you are freaking out because the Tower's on the table here, but what's actually holding you up is that you have a fear of being scared. You have a fear, getting anxious, getting worried. You're getting worried about the idea of getting worried, getting anxious about the idea of feeling anxious. Like it's kind of ironic. There's not actually anything bad happening or like anything bad necessarily that's like going to happen, but there's this sort of fear of something happening. And it's almost like a lot of you have this sort of mentality where when things start to go really right, you almost are waiting for the other shoe to drop. It's almost like you're waiting for everything to be taken away, or you're waiting to gain wealth and lose it, or you're waiting to get that job and then lose it, or whatever it may be. But I'm seeing that for a lot of you, when it comes to this actual situation of manifesting your abundance, the bad thing is more in your head than it is actually in the like physical realm of happening. You're living in the future of what ifs instead of living in the present. And remember, I had said that for a lot of you, this new chapter is going to be about learning how to be the master of transaction. And I talk about how time and energy are the ultimate currency. So the King of Pentacles is about learning where to put your time, where to put your energy. And a lot of you haven't realized that you have some of these mindsets that are causing chaos and confusion in your life and creating these blockages and these walls between you and what it is you desire. And you're putting this time and energy into worrying and sitting in that sort of negative feeling and negative thought process instead of putting more time and energy into achieving the things that you want. And part of it is that even when we have positive change happen, change usually incites growth. And the 1111 card is all about that. It's about growth. It's about spiritual awakening. It's about being on the right path, but it's about growing and going to where you've never been before. It's a wish fulfillment card. But even when we get the things that we wish, we have to grow, and that growth makes us uncomfortable, because even if it's a change that we're welcoming, we're still having to step into an energy that is unfamiliar. We are having to learn how to release the attachment that we have to certain outcomes or certain things, or release control over every little thing, because it makes the energy stagnant. And that can be difficult even when it's a change that we want. And that's where the whole expression, be careful what you wish for, comes from. It's not only like literally be careful what you wish for, but it's the whole idea that when you wish for something and you gain it, even if it's something you desire, it's going to require a certain amount of maintenance. It's going to require a certain amount of effort. It's going to require a certain amount of growth. It's going to require a certain amount of stepping out of your comfort zone and being a little uncomfortable, even if it's something that you really want. For some of you, you really need to do some journaling on some of these mindsets that you have regarding success, regarding stability, regarding overflow, because some of you also are having these mindsets where you are more in alignment with having just enough instead of overflow and abundance. I'm seeing that here because we do have the 9 of Wands and we have the 2 of Swords, and with the King of Pentacles on the table, that's still an energy that you're learning to master. Instead of getting caught up in the chaos, instead of getting caught up in your head, it really helps to write down these thoughts and these feelings that say that you're unworthy or can't have whatever it is, and then debunk them. Ask if it's an ultimate truth or not. And the point of this isn't to try to prove yourself wrong in every scenario. It's more of to give you a different perspective that opens up your ability to see that there are other things going on in the background, and there are other truths that maybe you could subscribe to that you aren't subscribing to. For example, if you are trying to manifest wealth, and I've talked about this in some other readings because this particular thing has come up too, but you have this idea that people who have money are nasty, not nice people, then you are creating the energetic frequency of not wanting money in your life. And so you are rejecting it. In order to break that down, and in order to sort of debunk it, you have to start asking yourself questions like, well, is it true that every single person who has money is a nasty, not nice person? And you'll come to find that the answer is no. There are plenty of people out there who have money and who are great and who are nice and caring and kind and generous. There are also plenty of people out there who are not wealthy, who don't have good values and morals and things as well. Money is not the defining factor of whether you are a good or bad person. It only amplifies who you already are. The same with other mindsets. If you think that if you are going to gain success, something will always happen that will take it away from you, then you are sitting in the manifestation and frequency of losing whatever it is. And so you will attract that other shoe that drops. You'll start attracting the debts that suddenly need to be paid, or the expenses that suddenly come in, or the things that suddenly go wrong, or your car suddenly breaks down. You will start attracting these things. Instead of getting caught up in that, instead of getting caught up in the idea of getting afraid of fear, afraid of anxiety, afraid of worry, afraid of not being able to handle things, start journaling and breaking down these different thought processes, get them out of your head and onto paper, and start debunking them. Start working from a place where you're choosing to see things differently, and you work towards seeing things differently, and it will allow you to ease some of the anxieties. It also helps that if you're anxious and worried in general, regardless of what it's about, it helps to write down why you feel anxious and worried and what those things are that are causing that feeling. And it actually has been scientifically proven to help you overcome that, release it, and actually reduce the anxiety and stress that you're feeling, because you're acknowledging those feelings instead of just ignoring them. Because when you ignore feelings of anxiety and worry and stress, what happens is your body starts worrying and getting anxious and stressed more, because your body starts feeling like the stakes are getting higher and higher and higher, because there's no acknowledgement of the worry, anxiety, or fear or whatever. Work on also your self-worth. You are worthy because you are worthy. And to be clear, when we talk about manifestation, I think that a lot of people get caught up in this idea that, well, if I'm not manifesting exactly what I want, then there must be something wrong. I'm doing something wrong, or I'm not worthy of whatever it is. When we talk about manifestation, we talk about alignment, we talk about these things. It's not that we're doing it and the act of doing it makes you worthy. You are already inherently worthy. The reason why we work on alignment and we work on spiritual awakening and we work on self-awareness in these things is because then you're allowed to use these tools to attract everything to you like a magnet in the way that you want, so that you are living an intentional life and you are supporting yourself in all ways that you can to achieve and attract the things that you desire. If it were true that you had to do these things in order to be worthy, or you had to be, say, worthy of whatever it was in terms of like certain standards, if you think back, there's a lot of people who get things that are not worthy of them. In terms of, there's a lot of not nice people who receive things that we could perceive as them not being deserving of. There's a lot of people who aren't actively working on their manifestation who end up manifesting things. The act of you doing these things to manifest what you want is not what makes you worthy. You are inherently worthy. You are just instead being intentional and working with the energies to attract everything to you more quickly and more efficiently, because you are the ultimate deciding factor and everything is in your control in terms of the way that you choose to make decisions and you choose to perceive things. Your manifestations don't just automatically come, because that would be an infringement on your free will. So it's more of that you are choosing these things. You're doing the work because you're choosing it and being intentional with it. It's not because doing that makes you worthy. So I hope that helps some of you, because I feel like some of you are hung up on that, and that's part of where this like worry of being worried and stuff is coming from, is because you haven't quite gotten that part. Like you're afraid that you're not going to make the right decision, or you're not going to do this, that, or whatever, and that's going to change your worthiness of your abundance. And that's not the case. Your abundance is not tied to you have to do A, B, and C in order to be worthy. It's more of you have to choose the things that you want to manifest in your life. And you do that by being intentional. That has nothing to do with your worthiness of it. And so your affirmation for this reading is, I am inherently worthy of all my desires. Being intentional with my manifestation and working on these different areas of manifestation is not connected to my worthiness. I am simply choosing my happiness and abundance. And as always, may your life be full of light, full of love, abundance, and gratitude. I'll see you next time.